Hey everybody, this is Dave Walsh, host of Card Talk, coming back with another playthrough, and this time we are on the third Hobbit Saga quest, Dungeons Deep and Caverns Dim, and as always, I've been playing this with one of my favorite players in the community, Matt, also known as Cat Attack 22. So Matt, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Dave. How about yourself?
Oh man, it's been a strange morning for me. So tongue tied and tongue twisted, but finally get everything under control. So Matt, why don't you take everybody through what we've already accomplished so far, while I start kind of setting up what we need to set up here.
Sounds great. So we are on the third and final quest of the Hobbit Saga, having completed We Must Away Airbreak of Day. Um, Quite a while ago, actually, at this point. I think that was back in May. We finished that one, May or June. And we didn't get the treasures on the video playthrough, but offline we've taken it and beaten it and gotten the treasures. So we have things like Glamdring that's in my hand. I'll just put it out here so people can see.
Show
And
off.
I mean, it's so pretty. That dragon sickness cured.
Yeah.
And then our last playthrough, we beat Over the Misty Mountains Grim. It took us a couple playthroughs just because it's been a while for both of us since we played it, and the when to advance and be ready to take on the swarm of goblins took a little more prep than we were expecting the first time, but we did beat it. We defeated the Great Goblin and made it past the guffawing giants. So now we are following the adventures of Bilbo after he falls off Dory's back, and hopefully we can get him reunited with his dwarven friends.
That is so funny. Because that's exactly what happens.
Yep,
um,
my reread of The Hobbit has been going very, very slow because I'm reading maybe like 5 minutes before I fall asleep most nights. So I think I just got past this part and they met up with Beorn. So hopefully by the time we get to the second box, I will have read the part that's covered by flies and spiders.
right. Um, you have not played the second box. Is that true, or have you since we've started this?
I still haven't played the second box. I've been tempted a few
Uh-huh.
times to try out flies and spiders because I keep seeing it's a pretty good test for decks. But a
Yeah.
lot of the decks I've been wanting to test are Tactics Bilbo ones, and so I'm like, nope, can't play that anyway.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna say that this is one of my least favorite quests in the whole game. Is Dungeons Deep and Caverns Dim. I just feel like the riddle mechanic missed its mark. For all the mechanics that do hit, this one just doesn't seem to do it for me. But flies and spiders with the venom and the poison mechanic, that one is exciting. I actually really enjoy that one. So we're surrounded. We surrounded kind of the worst quest in the game with two of my top of the listers. So that's pretty good.
Something for me to look forward to when we get to the second box.
Yeah, yeah. It's quite an interesting challenge. So, um, well, let's take a look and see what we have to do here. I think I set everything up right, but it says set up, add lake in the cavern to the staging area, which I did right here. And then it says create a riddle area with stage 2A and follow the setup instructions on that card. So now we come over here to stage 2A, and it says search the encounter deck in Bilbo for Gollum and Bilbo's magic ring, which we have here. And it says place Gollum and Bilbo Baggins in the riddle area and attach Bilbo's magic ring to Bilbo Baggins. Oh, I put it on Gollum. There it is. Okay. And then it says shuffle the encounter deck, which I did. Okay. And then so that's it. So the we're still deep in the Misty Mountains, the caves of the Misty Mountains, and this is where Bilbo actually finds the ring that that changes the history of Middle-earth forever here, I guess, right? And so the flavor text says, after killing the great goblin, Bilbo's companions fought to win their escape from the goblins. By the time they realized that Bilbo had been lost in darkness, it was too late to turn back and search for him. Okay, so we'll flip this card over. And it says, players cannot advance to stage 3A unless both 1B and 2B are complete. And so now we're being chased, so we have to reveal an extra encounter card per player during the staging step. And so that's kind of simulating the chase that we have going on here. And then for 2B, we can flip this card over, and it says players cannot advance to 3A unless both 1B and 2B are complete. Progress tokens cannot be added to or removed from this quest except by answering riddles. Cards in the riddle area are immune to player card effects and cannot leave the riddle area except by quest effects.
Should we read about what the riddles actually are here?
Yeah, I can't even bring myself to do it. So go ahead, Matt.
Okay, so the riddle area. Stage 1A instructs players to create the riddle area. The riddle area is a play area separate from the staging area that represents Bilbo's riddling contest against Gollum. The riddle area consists of Stage 2 of the quest deck, Riddles in the Dark, as well as the Gollum enemy card and the Bilbo's Magic Ring objective card. Bilbo Baggins is also placed in the riddle area while setting up this scenario. Cards in the riddle area, including Bilbo Baggins, are immune to player card effects and cannot leave the riddle area except through specific quest card effects. While Gollum is in the riddle area, he does not contribute his threat to the quest and cannot be engaged by the players. While Bilbo Baggins is in the riddle area, the first player still controls him. However, he cannot quest, attack, take damage from cards other than Gollum, and have attachments played on him by the players or defend except against Gollum. Riddles. So, riddle is a new game effect featured on some encounter cards. When an encounter card with a riddle.
And Matt, let me just interrupt you just for 1 second. You're just reading this directly from the insert, correct?
I'm actually reading off the quest companion, but yeah, I'm trying to paraphrase a bit.
Yeah.
I'll almost read it word for word.
Yeah, and that's just so everybody knows where to find it. You know, this isn't something that Matt's just making up off the top of his head. Is like, this is how the riddle mechanic works. This is straight from the insert, or a reasonable facsimile of the insert. So, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
The quest companion is pretty good about replicating the rules as they're written.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see. So, the first player must choose between resolving that card normally or answering the riddle on that card. The first player can only choose to answer a riddle if it is revealed from the encounter deck. If a card with the riddle is dealt a shadow card, the first player cannot choose to answer it at that time. To answer a riddle, the first player must follow the directions printed on the riddle in the following steps. Step 1. Each riddle effect begins with the text, the first player names a blank, which is going to be things like sphere, ally, or card type, or card cost.
Card talk?
Okay, it's card talk.
Card talk.
No,
Grant's always along for the ride.
So the first player makes a guess based on the items he is instructed by the riddle to name. Here it lists them. Card type, sphere, or cost, not card talk. Card types that can be named are ally, event, attachment, or treasure. So no side quest or contract. What's the other one? Spheres can be named...
Guarded card.
The spheres that can be named are leadership, spirit, lore, tactics, and Baggins. Notice neutral is not listed as a sphere.
Right.
Cost can
it's
be
not
any
a sphere.
The second part of a riddle is presented by the text. Shuffles his deck and discards the top X cards of his deck. The first player shuffles his deck and then discards X cards from the top as determined by the riddle. So no cheating it with Stargazer.
Right. You can kind of cheat it with Stargazer if you do it after... If you get extra riddles using Bilbo's tokens, you can look afterwards.
That explains the FAQ listed here about when you could take actions between step 2 and 3 here. So right before the third part here, the final part is presented by the text. For each of those cards that matches place 1 progress on stage 2. The first player places 1 progress on stage 2 for each card discarded by the riddle effect that matches the named card type, sphere, or cost from step 1. When instructed to name multiple items, a match is defined by a card that features each of the named items.
So it's just luck of the draw.
Well, I mean, unless you're doing kind of what I've done for us and create a spreadsheet with all the probabilities of each card.
Okay, I'm just going to bring that right onto the screen right now. So just so you guys know, this is how awesome Matt is. Matt went through and he created a spreadsheet, and I'm showing it right now. You can see Matt on it, and he has all the percentages and all the different types of cards and spheres and cost and what the percentages is, so we can go through and see what everything is for both his deck and my deck. So Matt, here's to you, buddy.
Yep.
So now I'll take this and put this over here, but
yeah, as people probably see, as I started entering my opening hand while Dave was talking. So I'm just putting in the number drawn, and it should be pretty easy just to add to whatever we draw as we play along to be like, okay, here it'll recalculate all the percentages.
oh geez. So I have to keep track of that as I'm going along too here.
Well, if you show me your hand, I can do it here in a second. It won't take me very long.
I think my hand is showing to you.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take care of it. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, so you're going to keep track of all... You're going to do the down and dirty work. This is great. All I have to do is run the encounter deck. Oh, good job. Okay.
Well, like I said, once I get the initial hands in, it should be easy just to update it based on what we draw.
Right.
All I need to do is just add 1 each time. Veteran.
When do we draw riddle cards?
Did I skip over that part by
I
accident?
forget. Just when is it during the...
So
It's when we get
area.
a riddle keyword on a card that's revealed, or...
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, that's why we're revealing extra cards, is because we could choose to have it go to the staging area or resolve the riddle effect and resolve it over in the riddle area.
Right. So, okay.
So we could hopefully make this easier on ourselves and try to find the ones that's like, just name one particular thing as opposed to
Right.
2.
We can pick and choose which riddles we want to do, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, I remember. I'm trying to block it out of my head.
No,
here.
that's a very good question. I kind of apparently glossed over it as I was reading.
Well,
myself.
I was also no offense. I was just kind of, shaking over here in my own little can't stand this scenario sort of thing. That said, I think that winning this scenario will be a
Triumph?
yes, it'll be a sweeter victory. So, okay. So X is the number of players in the game, so let's do this. So there's that. And I think we're ready to begin. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to control N. And I got a secret paths. I can add that to my thing here.
And I got a Steward of Gondor.
I can't. I'm on view only for my riddle helper. So, so you're gonna have to do the upgrading.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Secret Paths.
Secret
There we go.
paths. Yep. Okay. Now let's see what we're gonna do here. I think that I want to try to. You're first player, so I guess you get to go first. For recording, we'll do non-alternative. We'll do non-simultaneous planning. We'll plan individually so that everybody watching can see what we're doing.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
I'm thinking Glamdring is going to be best on Thorin here, probably.
Probably.
So let's go ahead and do that. And man, I'm very tempted to play out Steward right now, but it's usually best on Nori, and that would delay my getting Feely out next turn. Oh man. I don't have a lot of spirit out right now, so I think I'm going to save up for Feely, get the extra Thorin resources going, and then be able to put out Steward. Plus, we'll see how your deck is going. Maybe it might be best to play it across the table later if you're.
Maybe earlier in our saga run here, it was a little bit better to put it across the table, but I don't know. I don't know what the best is going to be. So,
Yeah, I'm just going to pass there, and
okay.
we'll see what we get on staging here and what I might need best.
Okay, so I am going to. Oh no, Henamarth looks at the encounter deck. I'm gonna play the Veteran Axe hand here for 2, and normally I would put out Henamarth, but I'm gonna save for the Erebor Hammersmith. That's gonna be what I'm gonna try to do. But if I need to, I have the secret paths if we get a location or something that we want to cancel the effects of and stuff like that. So there's some stuff that I can do, and next round I'll be able to do stuff. A lot of stuff, hopefully. So, okay. So I think I'm going to stop there.
Okay.
So I guess planning is done. So now we quest, right?
Yep. I'm going to go ahead and send Nori and Gloin. I'll hold back Thorin in case enemies show up. But if we need to, I have Late Adventure to boost our willpower.
Okay. So I think I'm going to do this. So I'm questing for 2, 3. And you're questing for 4, so that's 7. Does that make sense?
Well, we're revealing 4 encounter cards. I didn't look at the average threat or anything, but probably one of them is going to be a riddle.
Yeah, at least. I mean, I can go with Gimli, but
no, I think it's fine to hold Gimli back. Like I said, I can boost it by 3 with Late Adventurer.
right.
If we need it.
And there's lots of riddles, right?
Right.
Okay. So I think we're good. Plus I have this if it's a location.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 cards. An additional card from every player, it says. 1 additional card per player. So okay, so the first card is a location. No riddle. It's a 3 threat location. While the goblin caves the active location, each goblin gets +1 threat. Okay, so that's another 3. Okay, so now when revealed, first player must choose to answer the riddle on this card. This effect cannot be canceled. Okay, so you have to do this. It says the first player must name a sphere and a cost.
Okay. Well, looking at my spreadsheet here, let's see. What do I have the most overlap in right now? Sphere and cost. Looks like that 0 cost leadership and 1 cost spirit are my most likely right now. Let's do 0 leadership.
What are your 0 cost leadership cards? Must be very good tail.
Yes.
I mean,
Very good tail. That's got to just be it. Yes, because we're getting down close to the 40 mark.
Right.
And there's 3 of them, 50 cards. They would be about 12%, and since we've drawn a number of them, it's up at 13.
Okay.
So it's not a very high chance.
Right.
But it's still the best chance we've got because everything else besides the 1 cost spirit is below 10.
Okay.
So most likely not going to hit them, but we'll see. So first one, Gandalf.
Okay.
Definitely not it.
Definitely not it.
And Wandering Took. So no progress.
So now we can also, if we wanted to, we can spend one and you could try to successfully answer the riddle. Like if we spend the one.
Oh, for the Bilbo's ring ability?
Yes.
Let's see here. I don't think our chances are very good even still after getting those two out of the deck.
Okay. So what happens now because of that is this guy makes an immediate attack and does 1 damage to Bilbo. Because he's got 2 attack.
Oh, okay.
And so every time you fail a riddle...
Yeah, I think it's best to do that now, and hopefully we'll have better chances of success after a little more deck thinning.
Yep, I agree. Okay, so those are you 2 cards.
Okay. Does Bilbo need to exhaust for that, so that he only takes 1 instead of 2?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So here's this. So there's our good friend, the Goblin Miners. And then here's this. When revealed, each character gets -1 until the end of the round.
And can't attack. Or we could do the riddle.
Or we can do the riddle. Now, if we do the riddle, we lose. And if we lose the riddle, we lose because Gollum will make an immediate attack.
Well, this one at least we're getting 3 cards. Card type and sphere.
Card type and sphere, and it would be me. Tactics, lore, card type, and...
It still says first player, though.
Oh, it still says first player?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have a 27% chance of hitting a leadership ally. Across 3 cards. I think we could do it.
And then we can always get more. We can always get another resource on Bilbo if we need to, and then we can discard 2 more.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we need to. Okay. So.
Leadership ally.
Leadership ally. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
We're not hitting. I'm not hitting any of them.
Okay,
right,
so we'll spend
we'll
spend the resource on Bilbo. Okay, go ahead.
1 more card. Leadership ally. No.
Okay, I'll exhaust the magic ring, and we have to raise our threat by 2. Okay, we lost.
Okay.
That's how silly this quest is, right? Is that we have to, let's see.
21, 30. I should have bet 32. Not.
What's that?
Do we want to reset?
What did you say? You should have what?
Oh, for some reason, Octagon was showing my threat as 0. It's like I should have been at 32. Not that it matters since we lost already, but
right. Okay, well, that's a first round staging loss right there. That's why I'm not a big fan of this particular deck. Now, of course, Matt, you can tech this, right? Like we can tech it and have only 2 cost allies in the deck if we wanted to, but that's not the purpose of this. The purpose of this is to do it using the recommended decks in the thing. So you suggested we try to do this again. I'm up for it. So should we start a new game and try it again?
Oh, that would be good.
Okay.
I think it's better to get this early loss out of the way and learn our lesson here on the attempting additional riddles, I guess.
Yeah, right. Okay, everybody, will join us again as we try to get further than the staging step in the first step in the first round. And yeah, so have a great day, everybody.